Welcome to week 9. Here we go. First off, in the film class, we're going to be watching Everything is Illuminated on Monday and Tuesday. Make sure you're on class for both classes. We start right away. Then we're going to go back into storyboarding version 3. Just a reminder that what we did before break was watch scenes, specifically elements of our own stories, and how other people shot them. So right now we're looking at Lonnie's example of the notes that we took before break. And Lonnie was picking these films to study how they were filming those particular things about being annoyed, anger, and so on. Here is Jack's post with this scene from Black Panther and writing down how different things came across. And so when you're watching the scenes, you are looking for how in film language, with edits, the length of the cuts, where the camera's positioned, the dialogue, blocking, all the elements that you're responsible for, you're trying to mimic the component that you identified from your group that you are going to study. And you should have a blog post, you should have some notes in there because we're going to need that. Now, if you still haven't done it, and a number of people have not finished this, you can still do this. We need this on Wednesday. Okay? Now, let's move over to game design. Game design, we're going to be filling out our SMART goals and clarifying what we're doing now that we have minimum viable product for our games. Now the games begin. Get that? That was punny, wasn't it? What you're going to do is you're going to set your SMART goal, specifically what you're going to do for your team to get that done. We're going to do that in the project tracking sheet. We're going to put some resources in there, the typical stuff we've done before. We populate the tracking sheet first, make sure all the stuff's in there. I'm going to check that with you. I'm going to move you into role teams. So I'm going to put designers or level designers and so on together, and et cetera, et cetera. So we're going to group in class, have people sit down and compare notes on how they're going to train themselves for color theory, making certain components, coding certain things. I want you to jam together for a couple days to figure out how to do that. And from there, we'll have SMART goals. We'll fill out the spreadsheet and the tracking sheet, and then we'll be able to make our first part of our blog post. So we'll talk about that. And in School of Rock, you have completed one of these 3. It was not the Sound Safari project because we just got trained on that before break. So that can start to be worked on this week. But you had a project that was due before break. You picked one of these 2, either your composition project or your evidence of having learned something before and after evidence. So either one of these was done, and that was due again Friday before break. Now another one is going to be due this Friday. So you can pick one of these or this one to have due at the end of this week. A whole bunch of stuff is happening in this class. One, and most important, you're managing yourself. You're setting goals, you're applying yourself with the time you have to work on the particular project that you want to work on. You might be breaking up your class into a couple different chunks of time, one to be practicing your instrument, another one to be working on composition, knowing that it's going to take a couple days to finish this project, but you're going to need one day to work with your group to go get the recordings, maybe not the whole class period, but a chunk of time, and then you need to edit down the components and put it together. So again, read through the project to explain how this is. This is not a very intense project. Won't take up a lot of your time, but you do have to budget 2 or 3 days to make sure you have enough time for this to get done, either this week or next week. Okay, well that's a summarization of everything that's going on. Welcome back, and hope everybody had either a good spring break or it was restful in some respects. You were able to get your mind off of certain things that are always on your mind and change of pace to kind of slice and dice it up and have a different experience than you normally have. Hope that went well for you, and look forward to seeing you.